Could the Golden State Warriors be on the brink of adding a former Lakers champion to their roster? Rumors are swirling around a potential trade that could shake things up before the deadline. With the Warriors eyeing a key forward to bolster their scoring, fans are left wondering if this is the move that could elevate them back to championship contention. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to stay updated on all the latest Warriors news. The Golden State Warriors are once again in the spotlight as trade rumors swirl around the potential acquisition of Kuzma from the Washington Wizards. As a passionate fan and your go-to source for all things Warriors, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and uncertainty about this possible move. With the trade deadline approaching on February 6th, the Warriors are in a unique position. They're looking to bolster their roster for a deep playoff run, while the Wizards, in the midst of a rebuild, are likely to be sellers. Now, Kuzma has been a name that keeps popping up in trade discussions, and for good reason. This 2020 NBA champion has shown flashes of brilliance in his career, averaging over 20 points per game in the last 2 seasons. However, this year hasn't been quite as kind to him. He's currently averaging 15.8 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 1.9 assists, but let's be honest, he's been dealing with injuries that have certainly hampered his performance. Despite the struggles, Kuzma's talent is undeniable, and he could be exactly what the Warriors need to take some pressure off a 36-year-old Stephen Curry. Imagine this. Kuzma slots into the small forward position, pushing Andrew Wiggins to the 2-guard spot. With Draymond Green and a solid center on the floor, this lineup could be a nightmare for opposing defenses. The Warriors could really use another scorer who can contribute 18 to 20 points per game, especially as they look to navigate through the grueling playoff landscape. But there's always a catch, right? Kuzma is making $23.5 million this season, and the Warriors will need to get creative to make this work financially. D'Anthony Melton's expiring $12.8 million contract would get them a little over halfway there, but they'll likely need to package in some combination of players like Gary Payton, Kevin Looney, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and possibly some draft picks. It's a significant move, and one that could alter the trajectory of the team for years to come. I can't help but wonder, are the Warriors making the right choice here? Is Kuzma the right fit? There's always a risk in these kinds of trades, especially when you're giving up young talent or potential future stars. It makes you question whether it's worth it to go all in for a player who's currently struggling. I'm honestly torn about this. While Kuzma has the potential to excel in a Warriors system that thrives on ball movement and spacing, is he the player we need at this juncture? And let's not forget, this isn't the first time we've heard Kuzma's name linked to the Warriors. Back in January of last season, there were talks about potential interest. It's clear that the front office sees something in him. But will that translate into success on the court? As fans, we're invested in these decisions because they impact our hopes for a championship run. Every trade, every signing, every draft pick is scrutinized under the lens of, will this lead to another title? The stakes are incredibly high, and I know I'm not alone in feeling the pressure. So, what are your thoughts? Do you think trading for Kuzma is the right move for the Warriors? I want to hear from you. Share your opinions and predictions in the comments below. Let's get the conversation going. What are your expectations for this team as we head toward the trade deadline? Steve Kerr was visibly frustrated after the Golden State Warriors' recent loss to the Denver Nuggets, and his comments about Brandon Podziemski really caught my attention. In his post-game press conference, Kerr didn't hold back when addressing Podziemski's decision-making. The Warriors fell 119 to 115, and it's clear that Kerr believes Podziemski has a lot of potential, but he's got to harness it better on the court. Kerr pointed out specific moments during the game, like that ill-advised lob attempt when the Warriors were up by 12 in the second quarter. It was a critical point, and instead of playing smart basketball, Podziemski turned the ball over, handing the Nuggets 2 easy points. It's those kinds of mistakes that can shift the momentum in a game, and as a fan, It's hard to watch when you know the team is capable of so much more. Kerr's frustration was palpable, and he emphasized that Podziemski needs to be a more thoughtful decision-maker moving forward. I mean, we all love Podziemski. He's got talent and potential, but moments like the one Kerr highlighted can't keep happening if the Warriors want to compete at a high level. It's about consistency and understanding the game situation, and Kerr is right to expect more from him. And let's not forget, Podziemski also committed 2 fouls on Michael Porter Jr. while he was attempting 3-pointers. You just can't have that. After the game, Podziemski acknowledged his struggles, especially defensively. He finished with decent stats, 13 points for rebounds, for assists, and 2 steals. But the impact of his decisions was felt far beyond those numbers. The Warriors are now 12-8 on the season and have lost 5 straight games. That's a tough pill to swallow for anyone who bleeds blue and gold. Now, Kerr's not just upset with Podziemski. He also took aim at the officials after the game. There was a moment late in the game when Christian Braun appeared to call for a timeout that the Nuggets didn't have, and Kerr was furious that the referees didn't catch it. He said, "That's a technical foul. We shoot a free throw, we get the ball, and we have a chance to win the game." It's frustrating as a fan to see these missed calls impact the outcome of games, especially in such close contests. But here's what I think. While the officiating was questionable, Kerr was right when he said that's not why they lost. They had a lead late in the game and simply didn't execute. The Warriors are now 5-7 in clutch situations this season, and that's where they need to improve if they want to be serious contenders. We're talking about a team that has championship aspirations, and they can't afford to keep dropping games like this. Looking ahead, they face the Houston Rockets next, another team that's been solid in clutch scenarios. If this game comes down to the wire, I'm honestly worried about how we'll perform. This is a pivotal moment for the Warriors, and they need to find a way to turn this around quickly. So let's talk about it. Do you think Kerr's approach with Podziemski is the right one? Is it time to shake up the lineup or rotation? I'm honestly torn on whether this tough love will be the catalyst for change, or if it might rattle Podziemski's confidence. What do you all think? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, if you're passionate about the Warriors and want to stay updated on all the latest news, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's rally together as fans and hope for better days ahead for our Warriors.